Welcome to Card Corner. These are the cards. That's the corner. Today I've got these American Vintage Cycles Premier Edition Series 1. It is an AMA official licensed product. I'm not sure who the AMA are, but get ready for 12 exceptional collector's cards. Champs logo down there, not sure who they are. So you can this one, it looks like you can send for a free checklist and 3 special cards if you send 3 foil wrappers and $2. Looks like they're based in Cleveland, Ohio. Their trademarks, which are the exclusive property of the respective companies. Blobbity blue. Let's open it up and see what we get. Richard Petty's joining us in the corner. It is one of our 2 autograph cards that we've got in the corner. Thanks again to Milo from the Trading Cards channel for hooking us up with that. And let's see what we got. Here it's the 1942 Indian 4-cylinder. This model, the last production American-built 4-cylinder motorcycle, featured plunger rear suspension and balanced fenders. This machine also has a contemporary aftermarket seat and plunger front forks. Current owner is Billy Doyle. The owner of this one or the brand, I'm not sure. Next up, it is the 1913 Thor Model 13W. That is one old motorcycle. Looks like he's going to start selling ice cream or something. Produced in Aurora, Illinois by the company that manufactured America's first motorcycle engine. This Thor featured a Bosch Magneto, while the carburetor was a jet type with a butterfly valve. Thor also had a mechanical oil pump. A free engine clutch was operated by a long handle on the left side of the fuel tank. Doesn't say who owns this one. It does say who took the picture, though. Not sure how I feel about the layout. The card title going through the top there makes it kind of hard to read. 1929 Cleveland Century. Another old bicycle. Having been manufacturing popular lightweight motorcycles since 1915, the Cleveland Motorcycle Company introduced its first 4-cylinder machine in 1925. This special high-compression 1929 Century was guaranteed to do 100 miles per hour straight from the factory. Only a few Century models were completed before the Cleveland Company ceased production in 1929. All right, next up is the Glory Days Bronze. I guess, is it a statue? Statue sculpted by Steve Posson. Glory Days was crafted by AMA member and sculptor Steve Posson of San Luis Obispo, California. The work was inspired by Jim Davis, one of the top riders in the year after World War I. The final form of the sculpture is a classic racer captured in action and is a perfect symbol of a relationship between man and machine. The sculpture was a gift of Melbourne Mike J. and Margaret M. Wilson, Cedar Rapids, 10? Oh. And is on permanent display in the founder's foyer of the Motorcycle Heritage Museum. Cool sculpture there. Bronze sculpture. And then next we have a 1953 Indian. This cycle has taken first place in the post-war Class Yankee National Meet and has 5 digits in its serial number, which was typical for 1953 Indian motorcycles of this type. So that's how they know is the serial numbers. think that's how they know what year it was made. Here's a 1912 Indian twin single speed. Wow. It's like basically a bicycle with a motor. This Indian model features a chain drive with a second chain mounted on the opposite side of the rear wheel for foot pedal starting. This incredibly restored cycle has been featured in many shows and taken many top awards. Owned by Rocky Burkhart of Birdsboro, Pennsylvania. Shout out to Rocky Burkhart. Next up, it's a 1927 Indian factory hill climber. Lots of Indian motorcycles in this one. This machine was used by Bob Armstrong, AMA National Amateur Champion, 1927 to 1930, restored and donated to the Cycle Museum by the late Earl Bentley. And it's in the American Motorcycle Heritage Foundation. I wonder if that's where this champ's, in Cleveland, Ohio. All right, next up is an Indian Arrow from 1948. And this actual 1948 Indian Arrow is in its original unrestored condition. It features a special ski attachment which could be lowered easily when traveling over snowy terrain. It also features a knobby snow tire on the rear. It's kind of cool. It's got like skis you can put down for when it gets snowy. All right, here's another Indian motorcycle. This one is a 1917 Model O. Model O my, that is a lot of Indian motorcycles. Top speed approximately 36 miles per hour with an estimated 2.25 horsepower. A super resilient cradle, spring, front fork, hand lubrication pump, a carburetor of the 2-lever type with one lever on the handlebars and the other underneath, and a short, strong arm side gear shifter are features on this cycle. All right, I'm not sure. Are you guys getting tired of old Indian motorcycles? Because if you are, get ready for this 1942 Sport 4. It has been featured in many magazines, including Iron Horse, Canadian Biker, Indian 4 magazine, and Moto in France. Manufactured during the war, this model was built from parts during war production times. It is the AMA National First Place winner, Antique Auto Club of America First Place winner, and the John Wickman Memorial Award First Place. I wonder what the judging goes when you like enter a bunch of these Indians into a competition. Like, how do they decide if the 1917 one or the 1942 is better? I guess they have to go based on like both. I guess the 1917 one couldn't just automatically win because it's older. Because I guess it's like based on the condition and all kinds of other criteria that I am unfamiliar with. Here is another Indian. It is a Model 402. Features a new tank design, front brake, right dash hand gear shift, and Indian style leaf spring front fork. The 1930 402 is the first real design departure from the Ace influence and featured a new double down tube frame and 5-bearing crankshaft. All right, is this an Indian? Yes, it is a 1936 Indian. It has no abbreviations or subtypes. The cycle is a classic example of a total restoration. Note the detail to the paint finish on the engine parts and all other exposed surfaces. All right, were there any non-Indians in this pack? Oh, we got the Thor. Cleveland Century, and there was that sculpture. I think then the rest are in Indian motorcycles. All right, I think that my favorite card is probably the Sculpture. Sorry to all you bike heads out there. Although the Thor is kind of cool too because it belongs to a company I have never heard of. And I kind of like how that text that it has Thor on. I keep thinking the guy's going to sell me ice cream sandwiches or something. Anyway, this is the American Vintage Cycles cards. I hope you had a good time. I'd say they're okay. The designs, I feel like the border could use a little bit of work. It's not that sleek. I do like it has some information on the back if you are really into the subtle differences between Indian, like individual specimens of Indian motorcycles. It's not even the models, it's like the actual this bike owned by this guy. So if you're really interested in that kind of minutia, I'd say it's probably good, but man, you got to really be into Indian motorcycles to appreciate this set. Anyway, let me know what you thought in the comments. And this is Card Corner with the Vintage American Motorcycles Premier Edition Series 1 AMA official license product from Champs. Take it easy.